What is the sluttiest thing that has ever happened in one of your games? This isn't just Le Coomer moment.
No. No.
I'm genuinely curious how far people are willing to take it.
Okay. You know what? I'll give you guys one. So I've never actually done anything like this, but I'm working on. Well, I'm not working on a character. I suppose the game's already started. Megan, you know of him. Uh-huh. So originally, my character started out as Jimmy Sunshield, the paladin, and this is for my Spelljammer Season 2 game, so it is, of sorts. And he got himself a job, so he did, to go clear out a comet that was covered in undead. He goes onto the planet and he finds a mask, like a skull mask. You could say it almost kind of looks like, the mask with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of where I'm going with it. So he finds a mask, tries to destroy it, mask sucks to his face. He is now Van Darkholme, the Gucci-Machi Skeletor Hexblade. So the way it works is, it means I will play two characters, because Jimmy is stuck in a BDSM dungeon in his own mind, and Van Darkholme is a homoerotic gay superstar sensation. But I want to make him as fabulous as humanly possible, so over the top that it's proper bodybuilder going I want to do what do you call that anime that's homoerotic but everyone says it's not?
JoJo?
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre. Yeah, that's exactly. I want to do that. Make some gachi mishy. And Jimmy sometimes shows himself by. Well, I got this book. Me and Guardbros and Taylor are going to be reviewing it. I don't know if the video will be out by the time this one is, but I got sent this book, and one of the monsters in it is called a sodomy nun, where a devil literally comes out of the nun's asshole, and that's how Jimmy shows up. He gets shown in the ass. he gets shown out of so you just hear muffled from Jimmy from time to time. Jimmy's face going no, and Jimmy's a very proper, very straight, very
the actual shot out of Ace Ventura whenever he's being born out of the rhino.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Or whenever he's using his mouth to talk.
Yeah,
it's mixed between that and the rhino. So I think I'm going to have some good stories in the future about this character, but sadly not just yet. But look, let's get into this thread and let's see how bad it gets. My ones are going to be fun though, because I'm not going to be doing it for sexual pleasure. I'll be doing this to fuck with my DM.
My character got a handy from a prostitute against his will while being paralysed once. That was with all my straight guys grip. Had a one-on-one session with my ex that often became sexual though. Good times.
Good times. Not bad. Good times. You gotta get handy at the end. There you go. I hope your DMs is don't be doing any hand motions or anything,
At her lowest point, her kid brother had just died because she left him in a war-ravaged town. Our bard wandered into the woods, nude, and then came across a group of bandits. Instead of dying, she uses a homebrew scroll and creates 13 clones of herself. And, yeah, the bandits were the ones who killed the village and her brother, which both she and the player herself suspected. But by that point, she was so broken that she needs release, no matter how awful. She got it.
What?
What? Look, everybody deals with grief in their own way.
look, I've had a bad time. I'm in dire need of a good dick, alright, guys? Don't judge me. I think I'm going to judge you here. That's pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
You know what? Yeah, you need Jesus. I'm not saying you need therapy. You need more than therapy.
I made a wizard prostitute once. The DM was equally impressed and mortified by my creative use of spells to enhance my performances. Alter Self being my most frequently utilised spell.
We've had stories about prostitutes with bags of holding up their ass and all that type of stuff, but we've never had one about a hat of disguise.
Yeah.
Alter Self. I'm surprised because
you would think
there's a lot of very homoerotic fan fiction of Harry Potter with probably just potions.
Yes.
So you would think it would translate across, but
yeah.
I suppose because you're already able to create a character, you've already got that idealized version.
Yeah, of what you would
wanted. So why would you alter self? Seems, I don't know. Yeah. I suppose that just teepers off you. You know?
He got kind of lazy with running encounters, so it was a bitch and a half to make money the old-fashioned way. So if we were going to dick around town, then I might as well get dick down in town and actually be able to make some money, while the rest of the party did stupid robbery schemes that inevitably got them arrested.
Yes, stupid robbery. Let me just sell the asshole here. You know?
Our GM thought he would be clever and pull a Star Trek Crazy Disease type episode in the Starfinder game he was running. Except he decided to try and disgust everyone by making a sex crazy disease instead. The idea was to get the players at each other's throats and fighting over who got the sex up whom. The real danger was when my android Solarian, who was quite good in fights despite the flack they get here, and the male operative, as deadly as any of them, were stuck in a room with the female who could possibly get us out of another mess in a different situation. Fortunately, I made my will save to avoid turning vicious about it, and reasoned with the operative. I had made previously a point of my android not being interested in anyone, or anything, as far as sex went, and I explained to the operative the reason was I was normally asexual. But since we didn't have a choice because of the disease, rather than fight over the woman, we would double team her. And since I was a hermaphrodite in order to accommodate the preferences of whichever soul happened to claim my shell, he didn't have to worry about being gay. We squicked out the GM. Bastard had it coming. Later I rolled 3 natural ones in a row during combat and burned the character sheet.
I have got a lot of questions for that one that I know I will never get the answer to. Okay, so the android's asexual, which...
but it's also
which I would assume, yeah, which I would assume if you're gonna like androids, unless it's like a little sex bot, yeah, maybe it has the appearance of male or female, but why am I even trying?
Why are we trying?
Well, you know what? Why am I even trying to? It's like, yeah, okay, it's asexual, but you know, we got all the parts there to work with. I think I'm just gonna bitch boy out of this one. Like, what do you guys think? You know what I mean? 'Cause that's the only thing I got in my fucking head here. I'm just gonna have to be the bitch boy and be like, you know what? I'm gonna leave that question to the viewers, and you can work it out yourself.
Psst! Hey, lean in closer. This is fucking ASMR channel now. You know what's pretty fucking based? Titties. Go see titties. Lots of titties.
All the titties.
Go over to the website, check out all the models. You guys know the score. We have some really nice looking models over there. And we have a lot of...
sci-fi gothic?
Yeah.
Let's call them sci-fi gothic.
And if models isn't your shit, we have loads of subclasses and we keep adding them every other week or so. We add a lot.
We got a lot.
Look, we've got big brains. We add shit. Oh. But yes, go over to the website, check out everything. If you haven't subscribed, what the fuck you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and let's get back to the video. Every week we're going to be doing a giveaway of the new pinup model of the month, or if models isn't your thing, all of our homebrew content. If you want to be in with a chance to win the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe. That's it. Hit the subscribe button. That's it.
Do it now.
But last week's winner was this guy. Well done! Yay! Round of applause.
Yeah.
Everybody stands up and claps. But enough of that. Let's get back to the video. Okay, here's a moment that I can't even believe actually happened. Playing a paladin of the guardian deity of children. She's a big gal, a half-orc, too scary to actually be around children. Has basically aged out of her role, but is still a charmer because of Paladin's high charisma. Wanted to have kids of her own, but is infertile. Has had lots of pointless sex as a result. Meets the party, which has a bard. Bard is a man-slut and proud of it. Wanting to break the bard of his childish pride, my paladin challenges him to a contest. Who can get the most partners in a single day? He accepts. They go off to do their thing. Tries to use her head to find lots of desperate men. Goes to the harbour. Meets a respectable ship captain named Morgan, who she hopes can introduce her to a few people. They actually have a very nice role-playing moment where they discuss the advent of black powder weapons and how they impact both their careers. Whips out his gun, then whips out his gun. She happened to own a rifle. Jokes about the size are made. Mine's bigger, etc. They fuck. She does the whole crew. As a matter of fact, despite the circumstances, the DM is very tasteful about the whole thing. Walks out of the ship afterwards, rubbing her sore back and knees like the boomer she is. realizes that maybe she was the one being childish during this contest, resolves to patch things up with the bard and apologise. Meanwhile, the bard's player who does not roleplay, but roleplays, has been making some rolls.
Wait, why would you play a bard? But that's a whole... I don't know. Look.
Organises a giant orgy. DM's descriptions are the least tasteful they could possibly be. Compares bodily fluids to salad dressing. Oh my god. Mentions chicks with dicks involved. Ends with a naked march down the street. I die a little inside listening to this. Make one little comment in character afterwards. Never bring it up again. Now, I'm a coomer, but this had me cringing so hard I was about ready to collapse into a black hole.
Look, you know what it is? You repented your ways, you realise, oh my god, what have I actually done? This is a horrible idea. This is. I love the way he's playing a big wifey Amazonian orc. I see that, I definitely see that, but I
also shame you for it.
Yes, I do shame you for it.
Does a wild player orgy count?
Well, did you turn into an literal one, or is it just in game? Did everyone just turn around and start fucking each other?
Because that's what happened after a rogue trader game that ended with the party being led down the dark path of temptation.
The dark path?
The dark path? The dark path of temptation into a Slaaneshi cult of pleasure on a hive world. The Slaanesh part was planned by the GM. The orgy after our characters' souls were fucked out of our bodies was not.
I mean, look, it makes sense in universe, so...
To be fair, it was kind of our fault. The GM made it very clear how far he would go and whether we were comfortable. The two girls in the group started it. Neither were particularly hot, but they weren't ugly by any means either. Solid 5s or 6s. Because they were basically jilling off through the last session of the campaign and making flirty jokes while we were joking right back. It ended up 3-on-2 and led to a few sessions of ERP and more sex before our schedules and classes misaligned. Though I got a wife out of the deal down the road, so no misgivings there. 9 years and a couple of months. Is he literally saying that his wife isn't that particularly hot? Is that...
Oh god, that's actually kind of funny. Well, you know what? Like, it worked out. You know what? Wholesome coomer movement.
Wholesome coomer post.
It's not often you get that, so I'll give you that. And you know what? It makes complete sense in universe.
Yeah.
A Slaaneshi in character turns into a mass orgy. That's expected, I think.
Party is infiltrating the Yakuza's boss.
That's the easiest word out of all this, Megan. This is our attempt this fucking sentence. And she keeps fucking up Pagoda, or however the fuck you said. I'm keeping that one in, right?
Through shenanigans, end up having to fuck his concubines for info. My character rolls abysmally low on a charisma check. Everyone decides that means he has a small dick. This turns into them joking about me having a small dick IRL. This is the opposite of the case. Never measured it, but most women find it uncomfortably large. After an hour of this, get fed up. Whop my dick out on the table and challenge them to a dick dive.
Uncontrollably base.
Ask to leave Dragon's Lair and not return.
Oh my god, this guy's fucking ugly. I love him. You know what? Sometimes you just go, you know what? Show me yours then. Get it out then. If you're gonna be like that, fucking I love the way this is. I want to believe the Dragon's Lair is most definitely a game store.
Yes, please. This was during a game that consisted of two other guys, my now ex-girlfriend, and their girlfriends, mostly just there to spend time with their other halves. And our forever DM. One guy's girlfriend excused herself and made it like she was leaving the room, but ducked under the table when the DM had his back turned. It was like two of those basic folding tables lined up widthwise, and blew her boyfriend under the table.
What?
He returned the favour. Same thing happened with the other couple, and I shit you not, the DM didn't notice a goddamn thing. Even one of the girls was practically lying on the table trying to hold in a moan. What?
What company do you keep? I mean, like, how bad does your game have to be? It's like, hold on, I need a distraction here, guys.
No.
Be like, you know what? It's time to do the sex. I know everyone's over, but like, I don't know. Fuck, I've got no words.
I was just starting D&D for the first time, with a group of friends who hadn't played either, nor had the DM dungeon mastered before. First session, pretty fun, and when I was talking about it later to a female co-worker, she seemed interested, so I asked her to come and play with us. I know I should have asked the DM first, and she did. She made a gnome short stack monk who she wanted to be a total slut. Literally fucking a new guy in every time.
I mean, it's quite it's quite common for fellas to be very clueless about female affection and when a girls fancy them. I think your co-worker's looking decked, if I be honest with you. I don't think I need to go any further. I already assume, she's definitely looking something. Imagine turning around to one of the girls at work and being like, I play D&D.
Do you like that?
Do you want to hear about my D&D campaign? Do
you like that?
You're scared in case you get wet.
The DM said that's alright, but there would be a chance of pregnancy, especially depending on the species of the potential father. She said that was fine. First time, she seduced one of the town guards, who the DM made look like Joe Magnello.
Magnello? I'm going to have to Google this. 1 second, guys. Okay, so apparently he was in Magic Mike or something like that.
And she gets knocked up. To her credit, she roleplayed the hell out of being pregnant, literally starting an in-character pregnancy journal. Now the baby has been born, and the father is taking care of it while they go off to save the world. I guess it's not very slutty, but in an Eberron campaign I run for the same player group, her character is a lesbian nympho.
Oh, like she learned. But Eberron's pretty high tech. I would say they've got contraception.
Yeah. With a new girl in every town, so I get used to a ton of art for big-tittied fantasy women.
I still think your co-worker was just straight up looking decked.
Decked, yeah.
I really do believe that's... Yeah. She was really just...
Looking a bit?
Yep, pretty much.
The party members ritually prostituting themselves repeatedly to the highest bidder, because there was a festival for the goddess of love and they decided to be pious and raise funds for her cult. And yes, you're supposed to say a prayer after you've finished.
I like to imagine that the prayer is just kissing your homies goodnight.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're going to end it. I think I would, the guy said at the start, no, this is going to be old commercial, but I was left speechless on quite a few of them posts. So yes. That was a fucking lie. I'm just going to go out there and say it. What else look, if what I'm thinking, if you yourself want to have a campaign with lots of women with big old bellies, we got you covered by that.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
And all you need to do.
I don't know.
Check the link out down below.
Yeah, exactly. We got tons of it, but we put them out ourselves. We post them. We do all that. It's something to check out.
Yes.
And look, if we really need to get them jars up for sale.
Yeah, we do.
We really need to get the jars.
Well, we need to get the correct spelling stickers.
Yeah, we got custom jars and we bought on a load of stickers, but we spelled contamination jars wrong.
We spelled it wrong.
we need a guys. We're not really big brain, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it. Yeah, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah,
not gonna lie. Ain't that Alex James mean? But look, if you yourself are interested in the game with big old titties, or maybe you just want to have. Maybe you just want to have big old titties,
who knows? But either way, check out the link down below to the models and the subclasses, and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
All those moments lost in time.